Coming of Age is coming up next. I'm your host, Emily Echeverria. First today, we're talking with orthopedic surgeon Dr. Geoffrey Hancy about arthritis, a very common but treatable complaint that often comes with aging. Next, we'll be diving deep into Council on Aging's AmeriCorps Senior volunteer programs. We'll tell you all about these initiatives, hear from 2 active volunteers, and then we've got a special showing of a short video created by Appleyard Duncan McCall about our AmeriCorps Senior programs. Stay with us. Coming of Age starts right now. As we age, staying active and connected to community can sometimes become more challenging. But with Council on Aging of West Florida's broad range of home and community-based services, you can stay healthy, independent, and engaged in life. From Meals on Wheels and respite care to senior dining sites and the retreat, we provide the support and connection you need to age your way. Aging is a unique journey for everyone, and we're here to help you meet your needs and thrive while preserving what makes you, you. Since 1972, we've been a trusted advocate for elders and a support system for those who care for them. Now, let's dive into the age-related issues that matter most to you. Arthritis is the swelling and tenderness of one or more joints. The main symptoms of arthritis are joint pain and stiffness, which typically worsen with age. Here today to discuss arthritis and surgical interventions offered for total knee, hip, and shoulder replacements is Dr. Geoffrey Hancy, an orthopedic surgeon with Andrews Institute. Thank you, Dr. Hancy, for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
What exactly is arthritis?
So arthritis, you hear a lot of different names: rheumatoid, osteo, gouty arthritis. But in typical, they're all the same problem. So our joints are covered with cartilage, and that's what's designed to weight bear and prevent them from hurting. All arthritis is the loss of cartilage over time. It's a degenerative process. That cartilage wears away, and that bone becomes exposed, and that's what causes the pain.
Where does it most commonly occur?
So arthritis can occur at all joints in the body. It primarily occurs in weight-bearing joints such as the hip, knee, and spine. That's where we see it most commonly present to clinic. Typically, it's an age-related issue, but we also see a genetic component that often runs in families. So if your mother or father or sibling needed a joint replacement or had arthritic pain, that'll commonly maybe occur in you. It also can occur related to traumas. You know, if you have a car accident, had an injury to your knee, it can cause arthritis as well.
When does it typically start to show itself in patients in terms of their age?
As far as age is concerned, there's a huge uptake over the age of 65. So you may be genetically predisposed, and then you get over 65 and it starts showing up more often.
How might a patient know they're feeling something that may be arthritis versus some other type of pain?
So arthritis will typically, you'll feel the pain directly in the joint, for example, the knee or the hip. It presents itself with growing pain or deep budding pain. Classically, it's described as, you know, when you first get up in the morning, or if you've been sitting for a while, when you first get up and start moving, the pain is worse. After you move or loosen up a little bit, that pain may subside. It's not usually associated with an injury. You can have swelling, redness around the joint, those things.
How does someone know when it's time to come see you to talk about whether this procedure is right for them?
So in general, if it's early and you think it's arthritis and you didn't have an injury or something else that would be causing the pain, then I think as long as you're managing with over-the-counter medications like Advil or Tylenol, you're fine. I think coming to see us is when it becomes more of a daily problem pain's pretty consistent and over-the-counter remedies aren't helping.
What non-surgical treatments are available?
So just like we're talking about the treatments, you know, early on, it's over-the-counter meds are fine. So NSAIDs, which are like ibuprofen, Aleve, those all have anti-inflammatory properties. Arthritis causes inflammation, so those work real well. Early on, a knee sleeve or a mild brace may help. It's good to stay active, low-impact exercises, cycling, swimming, elliptical machines, things like that. Once we progress past that and the pain's more of a problem, we start doing things like injections. There's different types of injections. Most commonly, we use corticosteroid, which is a strong anti-inflammatory going into the joint itself. There are other types of injections out there, such as gel shots or what's called a visco shot. It's a lubricating shot trying to put more cushion in the knee. And then there are even things like PRP and bone marrow injections, stem cell injections now, but the data there's a bit limited, so not used quite as commonly.
At what point should someone decide to have surgery?
And ultimately, if all that fails and the patient's pain is pretty significant, that's when we start talking about joint replacement, especially if arthritis presents to somebody younger in age, the likelihood of going on to progressing to surgery.
Can you fully cure arthritis, or is it more something you can treat and manage, but it never gets fully cured?
So you can't technically cure arthritis. We can't. We do have some ability to regrow cartilage now, but not in the setting of arthritis where it's this global cartilage loss. So unfortunately, no way to quote unquote cure it. Everything we're doing is just trying to manage the symptoms, which is primarily pain. I guess you could say quote unquote joint replacement is the cure because you remove the joint so the arthritis is gone, but you can't actually grow the cartilage back or anything like that.
What type of implant is used in surgery, and what are its pros and cons?
So it gets a bit specific, but let's just say knee replacement, for example. So if somebody's knee arthritis gets to the level where they need a joint replacement, there's different companies out there. There's manufacturers, and they all make pretty similar products, but essentially the implants are designed to create space again. The cartilage that was there created space between the bones, and that's why it didn't hurt. Now the cartilage is gone, the bones are rubbing on each other. So we basically reshape the end of the bone. You put metal on each side, and that's really just there to protect the bone. And then between the metal is what's called polyethylene, which is a space age plastic, let's say. It's basically a high wear rate or low wear rate product that goes between the metal, and that's basically your new cartilage. Similar thing for the hip. It's just a ball and socket joint rather than a hinge joint like the knee. So the implants are specifically designed to that shape. But the whole idea is to recreate space between what was bone on bone.
How long does the recovery process take?
So a thing like a hip replacement, it's very simple. Those patients just need to walk. They don't need very dedicated therapy, and their recovery is very quick. Whereas a knee replacement, it's much more difficult to get over. They need pretty intense physical therapy, and the recovery is pretty tough. So a hip replacement may be pain-free and walking pretty good in 2 to 6 weeks. A knee replacement, minimum about 3 months to probably be happy with their knee, sometimes longer. It's just a bit slower. So it's very specific. And shoulder is somewhere more closer to a hip replacement recovery than a knee replacement.
What's the best way for a potential patient to reach out if they want to come see you?
So my clinic number that's easiest to reach is 448-227-7036. That's the easiest way to access our office and get an appointment with me.
Thank you, Dr. Hancy.
Thank you so much.
Next up, we're talking with a couple of our vibrant senior volunteers. Stay tuned.
Navigating healthcare is hard. Baptist makes it better. With convenient locations, easy scheduling, and skilled, compassionate doctors, all when you need us most. The next time you need care, let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Have you recently been involved in a car wreck?
Well, if so, we can help.
That's right. We can help you get the cash you deserve for that junk car in your yard. At Frank buys junk cars, we buy junk cars in any condition. Call today, get paid today.
Frank bought my junk car for $400 and I spun the King's prize wheel and got an extra 20.
I'm Frank, Pensacola's Junk Car King, and I approve this message.
Council on Aging of West Florida hosts 2 AmeriCorps Seniors volunteer programs that engage active adults 55 and older to serve in one of 2 programs. Senior Companions serve alongside other seniors in their homes or in facilities to help them live independently, while Foster Grandparent volunteers serve in schools and child development centers as mentors for at-risk youth. Today, we've got our own senior volunteer coordinator, Tyla Osborne, along with volunteers Sherley Jackson and Leola Watts to tell us more. Thank all 3 of you for being here today.
Absolutely.
So Tyla, let's start with you to tell us a little bit more about these programs.
So these 2 programs, first of all, are absolutely fabulous programs for the community. With that, we have both, as you see, with Leola and with Miss Sherley here with me today. Our Foster Grandparent program is our seniors that are 55 and over that get to go into those elementary schools, into Head Starts, daycares, places of that nature that can really help with that intergenerational aspect, helping your teachers, giving those kids a little bit more love that maybe they need a little of that extra attention for sometimes. I know Leola here is one that all the time we're hearing those kids say some positive things when it comes to that, and just can't wait to see her. And then we have our Senior Companions program, and that's 55 and over seniors who are going into homes of 60 and over, kind of being that in between to help bridge the gap to keep them in their homes, give them that independence just a little more, and even help those caregivers that might need that extra, just a little bit of just reprieve and rest, as far as caring on a normal basis.
Absolutely. So let's move to our volunteers. Shirley, let's start with you. How did you get involved in the Senior Companion program?
Actually, a friend of mine introduced me to the program. She knew how much I love being around elder people, and she said it was something that I will enjoy doing. So I did. I signed up and became a volunteer and started working at the retreat.
Awesome. And Leola?
I lost a child and went into a bad spot, and my mom was a foster grandparent, and she convinced me that this would really help me to get better, and it did. It saved my life, really. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's incredible. Mm-hmm. So what do you feel like you're bringing to the community that you serve? For the children that you serve, what are you bringing to them?
I bring their grandmother to school. I give them hugs and loves and food, and buy me some Takis, and can we go out on the side and talk? Let me tell you what happened to me last night. Just all sorts of things. Then I help them with their reading and their math. I go into the library with whole classes and help the teacher and the librarian, and we help them get better at what they're doing.
So both that academic part and
the love part,
extra love.
And the extra love that they get.
And how about you, Miss Shirley? You're at the retreat with our
Yes.
adult daycare participants. What are you bringing to those participants?
Lots of love. They bring love and we give love. The retreat is a place where they can come and relax and with their own peers, and mostly a listening ear, just someone to talk to, and we listen at them talk, and vice versa, and we just love on each other. It's a good atmosphere. The people there that works there, they love on them. You can tell that they really care about their clients there. And it's just a joyful place to work, and it's a joyful place for them to come and socialize. And we play games, and we have music, and we, just enjoy each other. It's just like family.
Awesome. And you touched on this a little bit, but what is a typical day like when you arrive at the retreat and you're there to serve?
Well, they come in, and like I said, we greet them with love, and they have a breakfast, continental breakfast in the morning time. Then we play games. We have puzzles. We do crayons, coloring stuff, and dancing, exercise, and we take walks outside and do exercise inside. So every hour we're busy doing something, and we're changing over, and we have lunch, and then they have a snack. And we just listen and talk, go around the tables and talk to different ones and share our lives. And we mostly, listen to them share their lives. And it's just interesting to listen at them talk about their careers, what they had, and and it's just a lovely atmosphere. And
I love it. Because most of our participants have some level of cognitive decline, and they're reminiscing with you and looking back on their memories as well. Right?
And we just listen. Listen, just an ear and eyes. help the staff to see things, help them out.
Mm-hmm. And Leola, what about in the classroom?
We do a lot in the classroom. We do a lot of reading and a lot of math. The kids know that if I'm there, they can come and get help, and they know that I'm there for them no matter what. I have kids that are now in the 7th and 8th grade that I still visit at their schools and go to football games with. I've been doing this for 13 years now, so it's just been an awesome experience for me. it helps me to stay active and alive. And the kids, when I walk in the door, they know I'm there for them.
Mm-hmm.
They know that that's my purpose for being there. It's not about me, it's not about anybody else, but it's about them.
And what grade do you serve?
First and fourth.
Gotcha.
I serve 2 grades. I stay in the classroom with the first graders, and then when the fourth graders go to the library, I go to the library with the fourth graders and help them.
And in a few sentences, what do you feel like you get out of this? Because I know there's a benefit to the volunteers as well as to the community you're serving. And let's start with you.
I'm very compassionate about it because, one, it saved me from disaster.
Grief, yeah.
2, I know that those kids that I'm serving, they need me, and I need them, because at the end of the day, I've done something for them. And it helps me to know that I've been there for a child in need.
Absolutely, greater purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
what do you feel like you benefit from being a senior companion at the retreat?
Well, it gives me a purpose in life also, and I just love doing it. They have, like I said, a lot to do, and so we just give our love and our compassion, and we receive a whole lot. It's real.
Yeah.
When they say they love you, it's real.
Yes, it's
When you
real.
get a good
That's
hug,
right.
I need a hug.
Yes.
They need a hug.
Yes.
They used to say it takes a village to raise a child. Now it takes a village for us to see about our
You
elder
stole
people.
my line.
Absolutely, you're definitely both part of the people you serve's village. That's what I always say as well. All right, thank you guys for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Next up, we've got a short film showcasing more about our AmeriCorps Senior volunteers.
Keeping your family healthy can be complicated. Baptist makes it better with trusted primary care doctors for the whole family and trusted specialists at convenient locations throughout the region ready to care for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's Ear, Nose, Throat, and Voice Center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Our AmeriCorps Senior volunteers have an incredible impact on the communities they serve, and their community engagement benefits them as well. Council on Aging worked with Appleyard Duncan McCall to produce an award-winning video that shares some stories of those impacts, and we're sharing that with you today. Thank you for watching, and enjoy.
Seniors have told me, using these words, that they feel like the world has just passed them by. The world just doesn't acknowledge or remember that they're here. This is not the world they grew up in. This is not their world. So they feel forgotten, and they would rather suffer in silence than live with dignity by asking for help. Council on Aging exists to serve seniors at home, where they live. And so through a variety of services and programs, Council on Aging enables them to live independently and with dignity, again, in their own homes.
Hey, Mary. Yeah, we're getting ready to leave to come and pick you up.
Okay.
All right, so we'll be there probably 15 minutes or so.
Okay, I'm ready.
I just figured I'd retire and just do whatever I wanted to do, but then after a year and a half, it was getting a little bit boring. I don't know, I just have all these things that I want to do and just probably leave a legacy,
We place volunteers age 55 or older into the homes of their senior counterparts who are maybe not as able-bodied or have some other challenges.
We actually pair who we feel like has the right attitude and personality. And when we met Miss Mary, we immediately said, Mr. Ralph.
I trained last May, and the first week in June, they said they finally had a client for me in Santa Rosa. So I went and we talked and we met and both said, you know, this seems like it's gonna work. And well, we're like family now. It's so funny because we've kind of adopted her, you know, mom really, because, well, not mom, but she could be mom. I don't really want to say grandma. You know, she calls us her family, so and we feel the same way about her. She's a very lovely person. She really is. What? No, you're sitting in the front.
Oh, I'm Big Wheel.
Yes, you are Big Wheel. They asked me, but who cuts your lawn? I said, she does.
Sometimes, if I don't fall off the mower. No, it's been a long time ago. I won't talk about that. No. Whoops. Ralph, zip it.
You know, we chit-chat all about way back and forth, and she'll tell me when she's upset. We rub off on each other, I guess. You know.
Wow. Nice.
Hi.
Hey.
How are we doing today?
Good. How you
How are
doing?
you?
Oh.
Yeah, the apple turnover is Mary.
Oh.
You want to get that little tart thing?
No.
No?
No.
Come on, just get what you want.
This is not easy to eat.
No, it looks hard to eat.
I thought it said banana pudding, didn't it?
No, marshmallows.
That's not what it said. The one up, they're still sitting up there, I bet you. We do this all the time. I'm right though, I am. I thought it said banana something.
No, it's peanut butter marshmallow, actually.
He's right.
How do you eat marshmallow with dentures? I mean, that's got to be pretty hard to do. It's funny. It's comical. She's comical. I feel fulfilled. If there's any part of me missing, this is like another part to fill in the gap. It's just like, you know, like going to church. I mean, I just feel wonderful about everything.
As we age, unfortunately, in our society, we start looking at persons as an afterthought. And actually, to us, you're in your second phase. This is the opportunity and the time for you to do even more, to see what your second passion is, to give back. If you want to just kind of drop off Meals on Wheels to a person's home, providing that nutrition for them. Then we also have opportunities through AmeriCorps Seniors. Those programs are Foster Grandparent as well as Senior Companion. So those are just a few of the opportunities persons have by connecting to the Council on Aging.
I'll tell you this story about when I first came to Pensacola, Florida. That was back in 1965. I had just gotten out of jail for peacefully protesting for my parents and others like them to have the right to vote. I thought Pensacola was, you know, integrated. I thought, I'm going to the big city, you know, it's all going to be good. And so one day, I got brave and I was gonna ride the transit downtown by myself, you know, without my friends, you know, let them know I was grown and I could do this. So I rode downtown and I went in Woodsworth. It was early in the morning. I went to Woodsworth and the food was, you know, they were having breakfast and it was smelling so good. So I said, I'll go in here and get me a bite to eat before I go to the stores, you know. When I sat at the counter, everybody that was sitting at the counter was waited on, you know. But I was sitting there and they would not serve me. So I sat there for the longest while and it took me a minute there to realize, well, I'm doing a one-man sitting in here. So I got up and I just eased on out the back door. But I was so embarrassed, you know, that I didn't know that, you know, they didn't serve blacks that sat at the counter. You couldn't just sit there and eat. Hey, breakfast time. Breakfast is very important. So try to eat some of your breakfast every day.
Part of Council on Aging's mission is to ensure that senior adults can still remain active and engaged in their community. And the Foster Grandparent program is one of the ways we do that. We place senior volunteers age 55 and over into at-risk schools to mentor disadvantaged youth.
Allison, fix me something to eat. I'm hungry.
The moment that these foster grandparents come into the lives of these kids, there's an inflection point. And we have data to back that up. At the end of the school year, that foster grandparent is going to guarantee that that kid is in a better place. And frankly speaking, at the end of the school year, that foster grandparent is in a better place too.
Yes, it's good. Wow. I have enjoyed working as a foster grandparent because it has been very rewarding. Like I say, I grew up under the umbrella of segregation. You know, I try to instill in them to grab the goodness of life and the availability of things that were not available to me when I was growing up. To grab that is so important. I so often say, you can actually love the hell out of people.
Aging is not this monolithic experience where we all are going to celebrate the same milestones and have the same challenges. Sometimes people just don't get dealt a good hand. Maybe your body betrays you. Maybe your bank account fails you. Well, it's incumbent upon us to help those who have not been treated so well.
If there is a need out there, we are going to actively figure out how to meet that need for the seniors in our community.
We are sustained by local people who just care about our mission. If we don't receive support, whether it's volunteer support in the form of time or philanthropic support, then we're not going to be able to continue serving these seniors who themselves built the community that we now enjoy and prosper in.
Thank you for watching. Until next time, enjoy life. You've earned it.